Senate Resolution 836 by Senator Cowsert of the 46th. A resolution commending Kurt Gelfand and recognizing February 6, 2014 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Day at the state capitol and for other purposes. Whereas 241,000 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in the United States this year, with 31,000 of those men losing their lives to the disease. And whereas men have a higher risk of getting prostate cancer than women getting breast cancer, with 1 in 6 men at risk. And whereas Kurt Gelfand, a prostate cancer survivor, has started an awareness campaign called Save Our Dads to educate and inform the public about this deadly disease. And whereas prostate cancer survivors are many in number, but few are willing to share their experience because it is considered a below-the-belt disease with common side effects of surgery, of radiation, including incontinence and erectile dysfunction. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate, the members of this body commend Kurt Gelfand on his courageous efforts in raising awareness in Georgia about prostate cancer and recognizing February 6, 2014 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Day at the state capitol. That completes the order, Mr. President.
Is there objection to adoption of the resolution? The chair is none, and the resolution is adopted. To speak to the resolution and recognize our very special guest, I call upon the distinguished senator from the 46th.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor today to introduce you to Kurt Gelfand, longtime friend of mine who is a prostate cancer survivor. He's formed an organization called Save Our Dads to bring awareness to this very common problem in our country. You'll note on your desk today a light blue armband, Prostate Cancer Awareness, as well as a copy of the resolution. Felt like I ought to show that to you so you could read some of the data and stats on this very troubling illness. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Kurt Gelfand.
Thank you. I would like to publicly thank Senator Bill Cowsert for making this all happen. Senator John Kerry, Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Senator Bob Dole, Secretary of State Colin Powell, Warren Buffett, Joe Torre, Robert De Niro, Arnold Palmer, and Kurt Gelfand. That's me. We all have something in common. We are all prostate cancer survivors and are all alive because of screening and early detection. What if each and every one of you passed a law that forced men over a certain age to go to the doctor and be screened for prostate cancer? Think how many dads, uncles, grandfathers, brothers, and friends would still be around. Here's the facts. Prostate cancer affects 1 out of every 6 men. It is the #1 cancer behind skin cancer in the United States. Prostate cancer affects 16 million men worldwide. When you go to sleep tonight, 100 men in the United States will die from prostate cancer. 31,000 men die each year in this country from prostate cancer. More men will be diagnosed this year than ladies with breast cancer. So men have a higher risk of getting prostate cancer than ladies with breast cancer. Yet, we never hear about prostate cancer. It's the one cancer that is below the belt. Men won't discuss. Here's some facts you should know. African Americans have a 60% higher chance of getting prostate cancer than Caucasians. Every 100 minutes, an African American dies from this disease. Men with a family history have double the risk of getting prostate cancer. And if contracted at a younger age, it's usually more aggressive. Smoking, being overweight, and a high fatty diet increases the risk of getting prostate cancer. Now let's look at our state specifically. Georgia is amongst the states with the highest rate of getting prostate cancer. In 2012, there were 860 deaths from prostate cancer, which makes us #4 in the United States. So we have a real problem here, and in our nation, with prostate cancer. Here's my brief history. I was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 2009 and had surgery. It returned aggressively in 2010. I had surgery and chemotherapy. And then I had aggressive prostate cancer in 2011. I had a radical, and that's an understatement, prostatectomy at Johns Hopkins. And I'm still recovering from that surgery. I had no known risk factors, never smoked, exercised religiously 2 hours every day, 7 days a week. a healthy diet, and no family history. Cancer does not discriminate. No one is invincible. It doesn't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. But because of early screening and an aggressive, diligent medical team, all of my cancers were caught. They were caught early, and I stand here now, 3 years into my fight, and so far, I am cancer-free. Let me tell you about an epiphany I had in 2011. I was coming home from Johns Hopkins in November 2011, 3 days after this brutal surgery, and my wife and I landed in Atlanta. I was struggling through the concourse, barely able to walk with catheter bag in tow, and a very pleasant African-American man drove up in a courtesy cart. He said, "Y'all are coming with me." In that short ride through the concourse, we conversed about my ordeal. He stated that he was in his late 40s, and when I asked him about his PSA test, he stated, like so many hard-headed men, that he never goes to the doctor. I told him about his high prostate cancer risk being African American. It was at that very moment that I had my epiphany. I would spread the word, individual by individual, grassroots style, for men to get screened. A simple blood test and a digital rectal exam could save a man's life. I coined the phrase, "Save our dads," and my quest began. Now, what can you do to help? Last year, British politicians backed a campaign to improve standards of care and support for men with prostate cancer. The word politician comes from the Greek word politikos, meaning of, for, or influencing citizens. The people you represent and the ones that put you in office, they listen to you when you speak. You are our leaders. You're our role models. Discuss the importance of early screening to save lives. Let people know that you've been tested. Make the PSA score be everyday conversation. Know your score. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Wear your bracelets. And let's put some blue into September, the way ladies have made October pink for breast cancer awareness. Lastly, during No Shave November for prostate cancer, or Movember with an M means growing a mustache in November, grow some facial hair, gentlemen, and let the citizens know that you're growing this mustache or beard to support the prostate cancer survivors in this state and support early screening to save lives. Let's be proactive in preventing this prevalent disease. Let's save our dads. I vote for that.